Black Clover. This is Black Clover chapter 340 and opening. We get this cool little color page to celebrate. Apparently, there's a Black Clover movie coming out. So good for Tabata. We open this chapter where we last left off. Asta has decided to learn the ways of Zetten, which is basically the magic of the land of the sun. And we saw that he already has kind of an affinity for it. He's been chopping bamboo sticks left and right that are made of the Yoryuku. That's a hard word to say, to be honest. But
it's Yoryuku.
Yoryoku. I think it's Yoryoku. I could be wrong though.
Yoku.
That's
from Yu-Gi-Oh! And he's like, "Yo, move!"
Yo, move. All right.
Dude, Yu-Gi-Oh! Was lit.
So, yeah, basically, Asta's got the basics down. By the time we open this chapter, he's chopped multiple bamboo shoots. And now they're like, well, it's time for you to move up to sparring. And he is sparring with Ichika, who is, again, the sister of Yami. So in order to do that, he just does Devil Union mode with Lieb. And he's like, it's time for me to get serious. And Ichika's like, you call that getting serious? This may be training, but this is real combat. If you don't take it seriously, I'm telling you, you'll die. And she just smacks Asta around for pretty much this entire chapter.
Just like that, she's become stronger than most of the devils.
Oh, yeah. Already.
Right? This is...
Yeah. Kicks Asta directly into the sky, is just beating the fuck out of him. And that's...
And he pulls out his swords to fight her with, by the way.
Yeah.
And she's fighting him with bare hands.
Yeah.
Let's remember, Asta has beaten devils without help.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not Lucifero and this new light mage, but soul devil guy. Anyway, she's really fucking strong, bro.
Yeah.
She's the final boss of the series, actually.
Yeah. The boss, the Shogun guy, is basically like, anti-magic's tough. She has a hard time hitting you when you're concentrating, but every once in a while your attention lapses, and that's when she gets you. And he mentions that goes for Lucius too, because he's as strong as they come, so don't face him head on. Find that teeny little opening, line up your biggest attack. And we see this as Ichika is just approaching him with her sword, and she lets on an attack, and it basically cuts the entirety of the bamboo forest clean in half. And Asta blocks that, thank God, but she manages to open up his stance and kick the flying fuck out of his guts, sending him flying outward. And Asta is still standing. He's out of his Union Devil mode. Ichika's a little surprised by that. He's like, I'm not done yet. And she just basically finishes him off by slapping the shit out of his head, knocking him out for the battle. And the chapter ends with them like, wow, you beat him, but hey, he took the full force of your attack. Only a few people in the country can do that. The kid's got a little promise, huh? And that's where the chapter ends. Josh, what did you think of chapter 340 of Black Clover?
I thought this was a quick-ass chapter, but it did get to the point. You heard what I was saying earlier. Everyone heard that was listening. I was a little irritated that she's just this incredibly powerful. It would have been different if it was just that, the skill she has is up to that point where it can rival certain strengths, but in an actual fight, Asta would overwhelm because of all of the experience he has and all the different situations and the Devil Union. But no, she's just this gangster. And quite frankly, if they don't bring her and the rest of the six or whoever fucking almighty powerful people of this land of the sun, they better go with him to fight Lucifero. They better go help out the captains while they're losing. Like this shit is the Sasuke retrieval arc. That's how I feel. Cause she's strong. What the? She could have beat. Remember the when the elves took over, and then that devil came out for the first time. She would have beat him.
Yeah, definitely.
She would have beat him.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm not even upset about that. I'm just being. Make sure we all We're all on the same page here. She is the most powerful person in the series that is a protagonist
Thus far.
thus far. She is stronger than Asta.
Yeah,
You must accept that.
I do.
I'm talking to those that are listening, but yeah, I'm glad you do know, Chris. I'm glad you accept it.
Yeah.
I'm not being sarcastic or facetious. I'm dead eye serious. I ain't mad. She's cool. I mean, she's a hyper tsundere, but she's not a regular tsundere.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she's karate chopping bamboo. I think that's pretty lit,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I really have to say.
Yeah, I mean, this is just like a standard shonen training arc a little bit. Ichika is strong and probably the strongest protagonist we've seen so far.
In Black Clover thus far.
So far, but that's like, by design. There's probably like other people because she's part of a squad. There's like 7 other people that can do the same thing she can. So, I don't know. Allegedly. So, there's a bunch of other folks. So, you never know. I really like this chapter. It is kind of like, just power scaling in a way. Like Josh said, is just showing that the power that Asta's trying to learn here is very different, and it is something he's gonna have to master in order to give him an edge on Lucius going forward. So
Edge.
So I don't really have an issue with it at all. Ichika's probably gonna be overtaken by Asta at some point because he does more push-ups than anybody on the planet.
Way more. And pull-ups and sit-ups.
Maybe crunches as well. So, yeah, it is what it is. He's doing a training arc, and I appreciate it. I love training arcs, so this is gonna go well. I don't have much else to say. It is like a big old action chapter, but it is cool to see. Although she is like a character that we've seen a billion times, also in this series alone, Ichika's a cool character.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's all I gotta say about Black Clover this week. I thought it was a solid chapter.
So did I.
Anyway, ready to move on?
Was this the audience? Oh,
we didn't do one this week, unfortunately. I failed
Shame.
Apologies. Next week, you guys can vote Black Clover to win again. So, hold your horse.